Hi guys, today I'm going to show you my process of using nodes in Blender. So the first thing that I do in Blender, I look at what I call the input node. So usually when I want to take file from maybe from my computer, usually I import images or videos in Blender. So I use the input node. Then after I input the images or videos, I look at what I called linking nodes, right? This linking nodes usually link two or more files. After I use the linking nodes, I use adjustment node or the spacing node. Usually I call them the spacing node. Finally, I use what I call the output, right, or the result. So let me quickly go to compositing and retry to see how I can use those nodes that I classified. I'm going to click here, this the use nodes here. When I click use nodes, you can see that, let me reduce this. You can see that when you click use nodes, it brings this. So these are nodes. Let me delete all of them. So I'm going to start with the input node. What you do, you come here to add. I guess you can see add here, or you can press shift A, then you have the input. I come here and I select movie clip. What I'm doing here, I'm trying to open an image, right? So I'm going to click open. So I go to, usually here in system, that's where you can see your file. So I'm going to desktop, then I choose my photo here, then I click open clip, right? So right now we can't see anything here, right? So what we need to do, we need to add the output, right? So we have what output. So in output we start with viewer, right? This is a viewer. So to connect these two, viewer and movie clip, I'm going to place my mouse here in the image, then I left click, not releasing mouse, right? And then I drag my mouse towards the image, right, in the viewer. So you can see that this is my image. So if this image is too big, you can press V, V, V. But if maybe you want to make it big, you can press Alt V, so it will increase in size, right? So let me press V to reduce it in size. That's the output and the input, right? So now we have the viewer, right? So what the viewer is just showing you, the viewer just show you, it is like the imagination, right? You can see something in your mind. But if we want the actual product, so we have to use what we call the composite, right? So you come to add again and output here. So what the composite do is that it combine everything and gives you the output or the actual product. So you come again to this circle here in the image and click, left click and drag to image, right? So that's how we connect the node. So sometimes we can want something, maybe to link our image with something, right? So let me try this. We're going to add another image, right? I can come again and say input movie clip, right here. So let's say I want to open another image. Let me try another one again. So you see that I open this image, but I can't see it here. When I connect it to the viewer, now comes this cropped one. To link these two, we need some node. We can come again to add color alpha over, right? So now remember, when we are in Blender for alpha over, the background is on top, right? The foreground is on the bottom. Remember, B comes before F. So on top here of the alpha over comes the background. So I'm going to bring this background, and then this will be our foreground, right? So right now you can't see anything because the image are on top of each other, right? So let me look for something to move this image. So I'm going to add the transform, right? So I guess it is here in distort. So I'm trying to distort this. Oh, I guess everyone can. So remember, X is horizontal, Y is vertical, right? So let me try this so you can see. Let me try 50 or minus 150 so you can see that let's say minus 300. So you can see that we have two images. The one is still moving, so you can see that I have two images, and these are the linking nodes, right? So if we want, let's say we want to spice up this image, it is the foreground, right? The one in the back is the background. So let's say we want to adjust the background so that it becomes less dark. So you come to add again, and then maybe let's try to play it so that we can see what is going to happen. This Gaussian play, let's make it 300 and see what is going on. You can see that the background image is little more blurry, so let me try 50. Yeah, 50 and see what is going to happen. Yeah, I think you can see clearly that. So these are the adjustment or spicing up node. So we are going to look at this different node, right? So that was a quick overview of the nodes that we are going to look at. So when you are dealing with node, just imagine that you have the input, which is like the ingredients, and then we have the linking nodes, which are like maybe the container of the ingredients, right? Let's say the input, maybe you are trying to bake a bread, right? So the ingredients, you know that maybe you are having flour, yeast, water, salt, and sugar. To link those two things, you need the container. After you are linking them in the container, you can add some spicing or adjustment. That maybe that's when you are adding some eggs, right? The output will be bread. So that's all about the node. See you next time. Bye bye.